All right, so I want to make a video. I actually might make a couple videos on this. It's going to be pertaining to Linus Tech Tips and his kind of like extravaganza with Linux. So there's been like a lot of coping, I think, from the Linux community, right? And whatever. I don't like to use that term, but whatever, we could call them Linux e-celebs, right? And just for the record, this is my first video here. This is not going to be a Linux channel, okay? I may do videos on Linux from time to time. This is not a Linux channel, so if that's what you're looking for, just go somewhere else. But basically, um, here's the thing, right? So I think a lot of people with Linux, and that includes the Linux merchants, they want their cake and to eat it too, right? So they want Linux to be free and open source, but then they also want it to be like really easy to use and to never break, right? Which is like kind of difficult, right? The reality is that if you value convenience, right, over freedom, okay, unless you're a hobbyist and a tinker, which by the way, I'm not, okay. I mean, I like to mess around and customize stuff, but it's not really my thing, right? I use Linux primarily, like if you were to weight different reasons, like 98 to 99% of the reason I use Linux is because I value my freedom and my privacy. So if you want to play your games, right, and your video games mean that much to you, that you're willing to sacrifice essential freedoms to play these stupid games, then you're probably just, why wouldn't you just use Windows, right? I have this conversation with people all the time because they don't get it, right? The people who are surveilling us, okay, they're smart. Their products are really good. And again, I just think about it from a normie perspective. If you use Linux, you're going to say, no, they're not. No, they are, right? Most people just want to go on the internet. They want to download some stupid files. They want them to work. And like, generally speaking, Windows and Mac kind of do that right out of the box, right? So to get those people to kind of like, you need to get them to kind of accept a different paradigm if they're going to use free software. Again, assuming that they're not the tinkerer type. Right now, the only reason that I switched is because I'm ideological, right? So, yeah, that's kind of what I want to say about that. My opinion, and I could definitely be wrong, is that Linux gaming will probably never be as good as Windows gaming. But if freedom matters to you, that literally shouldn't even factor into the decision. You know? All right, that's all I got.